Cool. We are recording.
We are in business.
I feel important now I've got headphones on. Hopefully people look at this and go, wow, these guys take it serious.
Amazing production quality. It's like a fucking Mr. Bean sketch.
Man, I've been watching Mr. Bean every day. My fucking kids love it.
Okay, the context after is quite important.
Hang on. I get like really autistic with this.
Did you see the fucking Charlie Kirk shooting?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That was pretty
What
wild.
I found even more fucked up is, like, I agreed with, I agreed with a lot of what he said, and there's certain things which I didn't agree with. Like most people, you don't agree with everyone. You know, there's going to be things which you agree with, and there's going to be things which you don't agree with. But what I don't get is the people, not just him in particular, but people who would celebrate another person's death. There's so many people coming out and celebrating his death. And I thought, fuck, man, like, is this really what society's come to? Just because someone has a difference of opinion, that we now celebrate someone's death and we're happy that someone died purely because difference of opinion. And that's what I found even more disturbing, is like the fact that someone would get killed over an opinion and a view, and then the fact that people would actually justify it is, I just don't think, no matter like, you know, what your views are, you should, you should either get killed for it, or, you know, or people should celebrate someone's death for it. That's what I think is fucked up. Where would you say you sit on the political scale? Would you say you're more left or more right? Somewhere in the middle.
I try and fucking avoid it, because I am a big believer that you shouldn't open your mouth until you're 100% educated on something. Yeah, 100%. So I'm completely going against my own morals by talking about politics. But yeah, I just don't know enough. I think that politics are very important, but at the end of the day, my personal stance on it is I could get more educated on politics, but then in that situation, where would that leave me?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd hear about all these bad things happening, all these just really shit things, which I wouldn't have any power over, any control over. And it would just be time out of my day that I'd be essentially sacrificing my peace of mind to learn about stuff that I have no power over.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that massively. And I was speaking to one of my clients about this the other day. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things which I don't know about when it comes to politics and stuff. And again, I have the same views as you. I try to, people ask me my opinion. I sort of formulate an opinion on something, but I won't go around preaching it to people. Because again, at the end of the day, like, a lot of us don't know. We're not educated on it, and even if we were educated on it, would it change society? Probably not. But I think that's the trouble: is there's too many uneducated people with too much of an opinion, trying to,
that's the problem. Yeah,
press it onto other people, and that's obviously when you then get protests, far right, far left, and you see people at these protests, people go and interview them, they ain't got a fucking clue what they're talking about, so it's like, yeah, my philosophy is, if you're not that educated, don't go around pressing an opinion on someone.
Yeah, no, I do think they fucking, for some reason I still got the Charlie Kirk thing in my head, but yeah, no, the people celebrating his death and stuff like that was pretty wild. I actually, someone that I know that I have on Instagram, like, posted something, and you can definitely tell they didn't agree with his politics and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think anyone should be happy about someone's death or anything like that.
No, it's it's fucked up. I actually removed a couple of people on my Instagram because there's I remember seeing one guy. Yeah, he's celebrating it, and I was just like, mate, it's fucking crazy. But then if you look at the people who are celebrating it, they're fucking weirdos. They're pretty fucking strange people. You know, and all these people you see online who have gone viral and called out for celebrating someone's death, they're all fucked up. They're all fucking weirdos. You know, I think most of it comes from the far left, and it's they've got some form of mental illness. And I think these people have a detachment from reality, and I don't know whether that's something stemming from their childhood. But I find a lot of these people who are far left, and I'm not saying that I'm far right, but like a lot of these people who are far left, got to be careful, disclaimer. A lot of them have just got this, like, I don't know, this disassociation with reality, and these ideologies that people believe in. It's crazy, and you think, man, like, you know, are we really, like, you know, celebrating someone's death? And I think, like, going back, linking it in back to what we just said a minute ago about, you know, having an opinion on something which we don't really know about. Obviously, everyone's going to have an opinion in their head, but whether you press that onto someone else and speak like it's fact is another thing. And I think a lot of these people, far right and far left, who go to protests, who preach all this stuff, I'm like, man, you got too much time on your hands. Like, fuck, man. Like, I get asked about, I speak to so many different people throughout the week. I get asked opinions on all sorts of topics. I'm like, man, I don't even know what you're talking about. I do not even know what's in the news right now, what wars are going on, and I roughly have an idea, but I don't actively go out of my way to look at these things. I don't look at who said what, who done this, and what protests are where. You know, yeah, they sometimes pop up on your feed through the algorithm, but I'm like, man, I'm so busy, like, with business, clients, kids, family, just doing what I want to do, training. I'm like, a lot of time I don't actually care. Like, you know, like, who's protesting, who said what. It's all just drama. You know, like something that's happened in another country. It's like, I have no idea what's happening. I'm not actively going out my way to look. It's like, I'm just focused on myself, the people around me, and that's it. And I think sometimes people put too much focus on politics, on what's going on in the world, what's going on in the news, what's going on in the media. And they spend too little time focusing on themselves, their own issues. Maybe they've got a broken family. Maybe they're not spending enough time with the kids. Maybe they're fat. Maybe they're overweight. It's like, man, if you was to put that energy that you spend consuming the news, the media, social media, put that energy into yourself, into your health, into your fitness, into building relationships, into seeing your kids, being a good role model, I think your life would be better and you'd be less pissed off, less angry. Because I don't see something online, and I never see anything online that pisses me off, because it's like, it just doesn't affect me. And you get some people just angry and they're commenting on someone's Facebook status. Oh, no, you shouldn't be saying this, and you shouldn't be saying that. You should believe this. Like, man, you're going to forget about that conversation in 2 days' time. Like, why are you wasting your time talking about that? That's such negative energy you could be spending on doing something positive. I mean, that's the trouble with society, is we got too much time on our hands. We just talk shit online, consume too much rubbish, where we've not addressing the issues that are actually going on in our lives.
I will never understand, ever, the people that comment on Instagram posts.
No.
Like, I just don't know how that... I don't know if it's whether it's for attention or something like that, but I don't know how you can make a choice to use your energy on something like that. It's just so stupid. It's
fucking sad at the end of the day. Like, have you ever experienced trolls on Instagram yet?
Not directly towards me, but I've seen them.
Yeah, I've had a few people comment on my posts in the past. I think, look, a couple of times a month I'll have someone say something, especially if I do like an advert. Like, sometimes I pay to like boost a post or run an ad. I get a few like steroid remarks, or, you know, like, that's wrong, what? That's wrong. Someone actually commented, someone from the gym actually, a member from the gym that we train at, I don't know whether he thought he was in the DMs or something. He commented on my post saying, "What's your cycle, bro?" And I was like, "Mate, like what the fuck? Yeah, what are you talking about?" But now I have people like, I say like I've just recently done a fat loss challenge. I lost 6 kilos, about a stone, in 45 days, and yeah, I think the algorithm just must have picked up a couple of trolls. I had a few people saying, "Yeah, but it was all clean." I was like, "It generally wasn't clean." Tren and Tren, someone said. And I was like, well, that's a pretty fucking harsh combo, like for an Instagram challenge. That's like, one, I was losing. It wasn't just an Instagram challenge. I was losing weight for jiu-jitsu competition. So to take Tren and Clen, which is just going to cramp up your muscles and give you some like insane pumps for jiu-jitsu comp, I just don't think that's a very smart thing to do.
You would have looked crazy though.
I'd have looked fucking insane. but like, if anyone's ever took Tren before, they know you can't walk up the stairs without getting out of breath, let alone go and fucking compete in the jiu-jitsu comps. That's why I don't think people have got no education when it comes to, again, linking that back into what we said right to begin with. If you don't have an opinion, it's best just not to say nothing. And so many people are trolling, whether it's to get a reaction or whether they just generally think that they're right. And I look at some of these comments, I'm like, I don't even know if you're being serious or not, because it's such an out-fucking-rageous like claim that I can't even get mad, And it's like, okay, like I get a lot of steroid accusations, but I'm like, that's fine. Like, I'd rather you say that I look, you're clearly saying that because you think I look good, or muscular, like whatever it is, low body fat percentage. It's different if you're saying you're a fat cunt. Then I'd be a little bit like, oh, hang on a minute, am I fat? Like, it's like, you're actually saying, oh, this guy looks good because of this. It's like, okay, well, I can deal with that comment. It's not like a harmful remark. I'm not fucking gonna get upset about you saying I look like I'm on steroids. Like, great, thanks.
Do you think it's like an attention thing, or do you think it's like a loneliness thing, or like what drives a man to do such a pathetic thing?
Oh man, someone sent me this reel the other day. I'll have to send it to you, but it was like, it summed up trolls perfectly. And there was this guy saying, it's like, this is what trolls must actually think happens when they leave a comment. And is with this guy leaving a shit comment on someone's post, and then the reel was this guy leaving, ringing him up, going, "Oh man, that comment you left on that guy's post was so fucking funny," and just like mocking the guy, saying, "Oh yeah, like you're never gonna meet the guy in person, though, are you? Nah. You're a 50-year-old man leaving a comment on a 20-year-old man's post. Like, yeah, man, you're fucking hilarious, and you're such a big man." And I just thought, yeah, that's kind of like accurate. Like, you look at a lot of these people who leave comments and negative comments on people's posts and troll people. Like, one, they've got too much time on their hands. Like, you're really going about your day. You're allowing minutes or hours out your day to just talk shit to someone you don't know. And you look at these people, they've got a blank profile. It's like you've actually gone out of your way to create a fake account, which takes like, a fair amount of minutes to put an email address in. And you've done that. Then you've actually actively searched through Instagram, scrolled through whilst you're sat there. I can just imagine them sat there in their bed, just like scrolling through, looking for someone to...
Or they've seen it on their actual profile and then made the profile specifically to just cause problems.
Yes.
Which is kind of pathetic.
It's like awful. Like, they must look at themselves in the mirror after they stand up, after they've just left like
no, they love it.
Trees.
They fucking jerk off in the mirror or something. They love it. They're like, fuck yeah, you got them. You got them, like, bro.
Some 50-year-old fat guy is stood in the mirror, is like, yeah, man.
You fucking did good stuff today, mate.
Yeah.
Well done.
Hard day's work. And just looks himself in the mirror. He must like goes down to see his wife and kids. Yeah.
Well, do they have wife and kids though? Like people who do stuff like that. I mean, if they do, then fuck.
I don't know, man. Like, I just think like to leave loads of shit comments on social media and then just to go about your normal day and not feel like a bitch. Like, man, if I was there like trolling like fucking, 19-year-old kids because of the way they looked. Oh man, you're on fucking steroids, gear, fucking, you're a cunt, and then even worse, like, some people will like bring people's families into it. I'm in a group with a lot of other PTs, and someone the other day said that they're experiencing a lot of trolls, a lot of hate because their account went viral. they said a lot of the hate is towards their kids. I'm like,
wait,
man,
what? Why?
This is, I don't know. I didn't really look into the comment too much, but I've heard this multiple times. I was watching a video last night of a well-known coach, and he was also talking out saying like he gets a lot of trolls, but now people start targeting his 5-year-old son. I'm like, as a fully grown male or female, to comment on someone's child is like, and then just some of these people probably have normal jobs. Some of these people probably work among us, walk around among us, and you think like, fuck, like these people are just actually integrated with society. We don't know who they are, but for them to actually leave a comment about someone else's child, just to troll someone in general, but to go that deep in it, is like, man, there's so many people with mental illnesses. It's a mental illness, and to walk about your day and not feel like an absolute bitch, like. To actually look at yourself in the mirror and just function within society and feel and look and act normal, like that baffles me. How many of these people though, how common it is, and how you just don't know who they are, and we've come in contact with probably multiple of these people, and that's what's scary. And
could be sitting across from
could be someone in this room. Like, I don't know. Like
maybe. I mean,
I've turned my notifications off, so. You get a troll, leave something on your post.
I've been trying to comment, but I'm fucking blocked. Pussy.
Yeah, sorry. But I just think, I don't know, it's fucked. And I don't know, like, as someone made a comment the other day, just one of my clients, just nothing bad. Obviously, everyone knows I've got kids, and I talk about my kids, and I talk about the motivation behind like what I do. But you see, I never post them online, pictures of them online. And it's for that reason, because I don't want to make myself vulnerable, expose myself, or involve my family into social media. I'm very private in that sense. And you see, I will talk about what I'm doing, my motivation, my goals, all to do with my family and my kids. But you'll never see me post them online because I've had fake accounts. I think over the last year, I've probably had about 2 fake accounts. Just like, just DMing people, nothing like crazy. I've had people use my pictures on like dating profiles before. And
to get what out of that?
Fuck, I don't know. It's
attention from the opposite sex.
Yes, I've had that before. Yeah, so I've had that a couple times, and I've had like people just faking my coaching profile and just DMing people, just obviously as a scam. But yeah, because of that, and obviously just with the use of AI. And just how we I've got like 5,000 followers. How many of those people are legit? I don't know. I don't know half of them. I don't know any of them. Like really, I know a handful of them in person. And like we're saying there's just so many people you don't know. You can be a lot of people are fucking weirdos, online, trolling, leaving comments, and it's just so common. And then to have an open profile account with pictures of my kids on, with my family on. And then, when I've already been exposed to trolls, to hate, to fake accounts, to people using my pictures, I'm just not going to put myself in that position where people can do it to me, that's fine. I'm a fully grown adult. But to do it against my children, I'm not going to expose them to that, expose myself to that when they're that young. When they're older, maybe, okay, it's a little bit different because they can actually think and do things for themselves. And they've got a bit more capacity, mental capacity, rather than them being a child. So I'm not gonna, open myself and risk that because I can deal with people leaving comments about me and saying shit about me, making fake profiles about me. But if ever there was that chance that someone was to do that with my family, that would be something which I'll struggle to deal with, and that would affect my day. Because right now, I can look at a comment, laugh about it, and move on. But if someone was to say something about my kids, no matter how mentally strong you are, it's going to affect you. And I don't want that. And I wouldn't want that for them. And so that's the reason why I, keep certain elements of my life private. There's certain things it's just my belief. I believe certain things just should be meant for home, for yourself, for your family, and social media should be you being social. And I just think there's an element of what I how much I want to be social with people I don't actually know.
No, I don't know. I think it must be something like so with these trolls involving things going that little bit further and making fake accounts and involving, I don't know, like going for kids is a pretty low thing to do, to be fair. So it's got to be something like they've obviously been doing it for a long time, and it's just kind of pushing a new boundary, because that's unfortunately, because it is like a mental illness and they're probably very antisocial, they've probably had very little social interaction, which is why they're looking for that little hit of dopamine and excitement, and every time they do something a little bit more crazy, they're pushing that boundaries. But I don't think they're probably proud of it, and they probably know that it is wrong, which is what makes it probably exciting for them, unfortunately. But I'm going to go down a kind of different route, and kind of like in a little bit of a sympathetic way, I do feel bad for these people, because of, obviously they are their own choices, but it's no secret that social media and the internet has done a huge part in creating these people and sending them down these rabbit holes.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So I do feel quite bad for them, and I do think, I don't know, a little bit of sympathy could help. I think that we should try and kind of, I mean, if there was a magic way that we could, I think it'd be great to, like, I don't know, if we could just flick a magic switch and get all these people involved in stuff like sports, like social things, and get them reintegrated into society, that would be amazing. Because they really are just ill and just stuck behind a screen looking for dopamine. Yeah, unfortunately.
100%. And I actually done an email. Every Sunday I send an email out to all my clients and to anyone who's subscribed to my email list. And I think the title of the email, I'd always make it a little bit like rage baity, just so people open the email. And I said, does mental health actually exist? And that was like the title of the email. Obviously I go on to explain what I meant by that. And similar to what you said there, it's like a lot of these mental illnesses are just a product of our lifestyle, whether we're over consuming social media. And the trouble with social media is, again, like we say, you only see the extremes on social media. So you're so exposed to just all this shit on social media. You go down this rabbit hole. Most of it's negative. And when you then couple that with sitting at home, playing Xbox, eating junk food, not getting sunlight, consuming loads of sugar, being a high body fat percentage, not having no social interaction. When you combine all of that together, obviously that creates a very negative person. And the trouble is, like you said there, these people, I do feel sorry for these people. Like when I see all this shit online, this negativity, when people say it says it's to me, or I see people say it to other people, it's like I look at these trolls, I think, oh man, like you're missing out. You are missing out. Like you could change your life. You could be way better than you're being if you was just to flip the switch and get out, be proactive, eat healthy, do more things, be more social. I think that's the trouble with a lot of this mental health crisis that we're in nowadays. This is what I said in the email, is we are sort of living in a mental health crisis where everyone is on medication. Now, don't get me wrong, some people need the medication, but a lot of people would feel better if they went to the doctors and the doctor would be like, let's tell me your lifestyle. Let's sit down, let's have a look at your lifestyle. What time you're going to bed, what foods you're eating, how much exercise you're getting, what's your body fat percentage, let's test your hormones. And if the doctors were to look at that and people were to look inwards rather than looking for this external help of medication, I think the world would be a better place. We'd have less mental health issues, and I think you can fix a lot of these problems, like you said there, by going out, doing things, socialising. You can fix a lot of those problems just through lifestyle changes, and you probably wouldn't get as many trolls or as many people being negative. And just in general, like, when you speak to certain people, and you're like, how's it going? And they're like, oh, well, and they've all got something to moan about. Oh, well, this happened and that happened. It's like, Yeah, but like, you know, you don't live in a third world country, do you? And you've got four walls, you've got food, you've got water, you've got heating, like you've got a healthy family, you're healthy. It's like you don't really have much to be depressed and down about, because someone said something you don't like. And I think a lot of it's perspective. Like a lot of it's perspective, and you can control a lot of this through just the way you think, through your actions and what you do on an everyday lifestyle, every day, day to day.
Mm.
Yeah, so just talking about like lifestyle and how it's sort of like, obviously we're living in that mental health crisis, and I think a lot of that is linked to the comfort crisis. I think there's a comfort crisis. There's a book called The Comfort Crisis, which is a really good book actually. But what are your thoughts on parents nowadays being out of shape? You see, I was at my daughter's parents' evening the other day, and I was looking around, and there's so many out of shape parents. What are your thoughts on having children and being really out of shape, being very high body fat percentage and very low levels of fitness?
So I think if you are really high body fat, I mean, likelihood is your kids are going to be fat already. So I mean, yeah, you're going to be a bad example, but the likelihood is if you're already a parent, you've already been a bad example, and your kid's probably fat anyway. But if your kid's not fat, then I suppose you have time to fucking sort yourself out, because your kid looks at a lot of what you do. And I'm not saying it's like the be all end all, is like your kid makes a lot of decisions for themselves. Like I live a very different lifestyle to my parents. It's not quite similar at all, really. But I do think it has a contributing effect if they see you doing something that will lead on in later life. But I think even more important than that is like the mindset of pushing yourself, like signing your kids up to sports and stuff like that. I think that's very important for like their social well-being. So I think that's even more important. And then just as important is at a very young age, obviously you have full control over what your child eats. So you are the direct reflection of what your child is going to turn out, because you choose what goes in their body. You know, if you feed them like Fruit Loops, they're going to be really, really fat. Yeah, have you seen like the Instagrams of like preparing my kids' dinners?
Yeah, I always look at those and I think, are they legit or are they just a troll account? Like,
it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because some of them, like, just I can't even remember what they make, but just these outrageously weird, high calorie, greasy meals, and they're just like, and they've got to be rage bait because the meals don't even go together. It will be like just completely random food. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, I do see some of those, and I do often think to myself, like, that can't be fucking real. That can't be a real account. I hope it's not a real account. But I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, obviously we are living in a world where more people are overweight, more people are obese, and I do think it comes down to like lack of knowledge, but also the knowledge is there. So I think there's a lack of knowledge. People aren't educated, but I think people also lack the want to be educated because it's there. Like, and I think if you have kids, you should be educating yourself on good nutrition, because that is how you keep your kids alive and fit and healthy, is by their diet, their nutrition. So why is it so neglected? Like, why are people having kids and not looking into the nutrition? Okay, right, so now I have a child. Like, if you was to buy a bearded dragon, if you was to buy a lizard from the pet shop, the first thing you're going to do is research how you feed it and what it eats. But I don't really see many parents, doing much fucking...
How do I feed my kid? What do I feed it?
But it's like if you know, like, you spoke to a lot of parents and be like, okay, right, what's like, what are the macronutrients in this? They're gonna go, oh, I don't know. It says it's for kids. And it's like, yeah, but like, okay, well, how many calories, should you consume? Or you don't know how many calories you consume. Okay, well, how do you know you're not overfeeding your child? Because there are a lot of kids now who are overweight, and it's like, we're just not putting enough emphasis on doing research, educating ourselves on nutrition for ourselves, clearly, because everyone's overweight. But when you're having children, it's like, you should be educating yourself, at least for them, to know what foods have less ingredients, what foods are higher in protein, what foods, contain just less shit in general. And I think if there's more emphasis on that, then there'd be less fat kids. But I do think if a child is overweight, it's the parents' fault. Like 100%, it's the parents' fault.
No, I agree. I really don't have anything to add to that.
Yeah, I do think, I don't not necessarily mean that you have to go around being 5% absolutely shredded and benching hundreds of kilos, but I do believe if you have children, you should be in relatively good shape. You should, like you say, kids pick up on what you do, what you say, how you act, what you eat. If they see you constantly eating shit, junk food, not exercising, playing video games, chances are that kid is going to copy. And there's not one parent on this world who I actually think will turn around and say, yeah, I want my kid to be fat. I don't want them to exercise. I want them to be unhealthy. And I want them to be weak. Every parent would say they want the opposite for their children, but then won't do that for themselves. So the chances are their children aren't going to be that type of way, unless when they get older, somehow they will just fall into that. But I think that's what I done. Like you said there, like the correlation between myself, my parents, I'm way more, fitter and into my nutrition, into health, and I sort of fell into it. But it's just because of what I was into, whereas I do see a lot of people who I grew up with, their parents weren't into that, and they have also stayed out of shape, uneducated, and live an unhealthy lifestyle, but they just don't know because they haven't educated themselves and they were never educated.
No, I think it's really important to be fit and healthy. I mean, obviously for confidence, for like independence. I mean, living the life that you want to live, being able to run, jump, play, whatever with your kids. I've seen a lot of people that having kids has almost been like a wake up call.
Yeah.
Which I think is a shame that it got to that point. But I think kids are a very powerful thing. This is my humble opinion as someone who doesn't have kids, but I think kids are a good wake up call to just not only take them seriously, but just take your entire life seriously.
Yeah.
Which is good, but obviously some people don't, which is a shame, and they kind of keep going down that slippery slope, and they don't see things very well, which is a shame, and obviously their kids will you typically follow that. But yeah, no, it's not all the be all and end all, and you can end up completely different to your upbringing. But going back to like mental health and I don't know, kind of illness, you've got the kind of way that it can send you into a negative lifestyle and an unhealthy lifestyle. But when you are fit, it almost becomes like a cope. Do you know what I mean? Like, what I'm trying to say is, I suppose we're all a little bit fucked, aren't we? Because even the people that are in a fit, healthy lifestyle are kind of doing it for a reason, because of their mental health and things like that. So we're all just a little bit fucked, but it's a difference between having it affect you in a negative way and putting it into a positive direction.
Yeah, I think it's just turning I think everyone struggled with some form of feeling down, some form of anxiety, depression, a little bit in the past, right? Whether it's to a severe extent where you can't leave the house or anything, but Yeah, I think people use different things as coping mechanisms, and I think you can use either something like exercise, fitness as a positive outlet, or you can go down the other route, which is the negative side of things, which is drugs, alcohol, cheap dopamine, comfort foods. Or, as saying, you can use that positive outlet, do positive things to make you feel better mentally. And yeah, I'd always recommend doing the positive side of things. And you can progress your life and feel way better than that 5 minutes of fun, that shit pizza and the drugs and the alcohol.
Definitely.
I feel like I'm like breathing into this mic.
Yeah, same.
That's how I feel. I try not to breathe as I talk, and it's like making me out of breath.
No, I can't hear you breathing. You just, as long as you're like relatively close to it and you don't lean back, then no, you're fine.
It sounds quite satisfying. It sounds like one of those I'm about to read a bedtime story.
You could do like, have you ever considered like doing like, a bit of PT and then like a bit of ASMR on like the side?
I don't know. This is.
Well, you could do. No. I've got a great idea, right? So you do your check-ins for your clients, but you do them ASMR style. So you'd be like, right. So this week, yeah, great PR on bench press. Well done. I'm really proud of you.
Yeah.
And just 10 minutes of just that. Just a 10-minute
just
section.
Like really picking them up. Yeah, like a really like well-lit background. Like, hey.
Or like in the dark.
Thanks for checking in.
Like how's a fucking movie villain. Have like a cat on your lap. She'd just be like a James Bond villain.
It's like looking through their progress photos. Like, wow, you're looking great.
So you've definitely lost that belly.
Yeah, that's a good. I'm gonna have to get one of these mics. I quite like using this mic.
They are good, yeah.
I have to put my price up if I get one of these, if I leave those type of check-ins.
You could do like an extra service. You have like normal check-in, you have like premium check-in. Thank you for buying the premium check-in package.
Just like a 24-hour loop of my voice. Just listen to this when you're in the gym. Like, do you want to buy an audio book of like my encouragements? And if I
please send me more form videos.
I think that'd be a good thing. Like a lot of people don't understand online coaching. It's like, like, okay, because I can't be there with you in person, but what happens if we just had a recording of my voice and you just put me in the
like motivation.
Yeah,
and you have like headphones. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just to do these like, hey man, are you doing well?
Motivational quotes.
You're doing really, really well. Just keep it going.
It's like the most cliche motivational quote.
Feel the burn.
Just really shit motivational quotes. Keep pushing.
One more rep.
When you feel like you can't do it, you can. Keep pushing. Hang in there.
Yeah, no, I
and then at the end, just leave it with like best physique.
Yeah, boy part 2.
End of recording.
If you want better quotes, upgrade.
Please buy the premium package.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, no, I have actually done that before. I have trained. I haven't trained someone like virtually, but I've been in the gym like with one of my clients on FaceTime. Yeah, and I thought I could do this with every client.
I think that's an alright way of doing it. To be fair,
but yeah, no. How's everything going with your fitness business? I feel like I'm just like I mean that was it Is it ASMR?
ASMR, yeah.
I feel like I'm in that sort of mode now. But how is everything going in your fitness business?
Yeah, everything's going quite well, to be fair. I've got most of my kind of systems sorted. I mean, system sounds way more professional than it actually is. It's basically just I am a kind of established and like ready, and now I'm starting to take clients on. I mean, so there's not really much to say about it aside from it's going really well. I'm really, really happy to be back in an industry which is just way more fun, like way more positive, way more social. I'm obviously going to enjoy it because it's the place that I want to be. So yeah, the last few sessions with clients, I've just felt just completely on top of the world, just really enjoying it. It's been like 3 years out, so it's just so much better, and I've got a new appreciation for training clients. I mean, not that I gave a bad service before, but I've just 110% locked into providing the best quality, obviously advice, programming, informational stuff, but just like the best experience that I could possibly give people. Leave people, or have people leave the sessions just feeling positive and like they've just enjoyed and engaged the whole thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's good. I think that's exactly how I got to the position where I'm in now. Because I mean, we obviously used to work together, PTing together many years ago, and I was in a similar situation where I had a lot of clients and I had a little bit of complacency because I was quite young. I didn't really know how to run a business, and I always thought, the grass could be greener on the other side. And yeah, I was, enjoyed my job, but I was like, I want to try to do other things. And yeah, I went off and I'd done other things and realised, hang on a minute, I don't like this. This is shit. And then I was like, sort of missed coaching. I was like, why did I give up all my client base? And I should have took it more serious, and I had that desire to come back. And then when I did come back, I was like, right, I've got no plan B. This is it now. I have to make this work. This is what I enjoy doing. Cause since I left coaching, it's all I could think about was the gym. Coaching people, that person's doing this wrong, that person's doing that wrong. When I'd walk through the gym, my mind still wouldn't switch off. And yeah, then when I went back into coaching after a 2-year gap, I was like, I'd done like some shit jobs in between. I was like, oh man, I feel so good to be back. And yeah, I took my business to a new level, took it way more serious, and I appreciated it more. I was like, I could be doing what I was doing. I went from, earning like £40 an hour as a coach in my early 20s to then earning £12 an hour, stood on the doors getting called a cunt. And I was like, yeah, I fucked up here a little bit. I should have stuck to the coaching business. When I went back into it, I was like, yeah, my mindset was different. And I always say, if I would have carried on, I probably wouldn't still be doing it. I'd be doing something else, because I wasn't taking it as serious as I should have. And having that 2-year gap is what actually changed my perspective on coaching, how you should coach, and how to actually appreciate what you do and love what you do. And without that 2-year gap, I probably would have just carried on coaching and fell out of love with it and ended up doing something else anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we don't get paid that much really, do we? Like, once you keep taking to mind like the programming, the work on your business, and just all the time that you take outside for yourself to improve your business, it doesn't work out actually to that much money. It's probably more than most jobs, but it's definitely the enjoyment and the fulfillment that keeps all of us doing what we are doing.
Yeah, no, 100%. And this is what I say to a lot of people. Like, I've got friends who work for minimum wage. Nothing wrong with that. And then when I say to people, obviously I do online coaching as well as in person, but when I say, okay, at the moment my prices for one-to-one are £45 an hour, and you're like, fuck man, you're on £45 an hour? Oh, if you do 10 hours, that's 450 quid. And it's like, yeah, but like, okay, now add up the rent you pay to the gym, add up the money you spend on advertisement, add up your taxes, because you get taxed more. And when you add up like all your business expenses and the time, like, people just think you get paid £45 for stood there for an hour. It's like, okay, but how long did it take me to get that client? Okay, right now, what about all the check-ins? Because I was spending half hour on my weekend with that client checking in. And then when you add up the programming, the tweaks to the programming, the WhatsApp messages, sometimes the phone calls, it's like when you add up your hourly rate, what you spend with that client throughout the whole week, it probably is, only just above minimum wage. I mean, I worked out one time with all my online clients and my in-person clients, with all the check-ins, just editing, doing this. This is work. We're not getting paid to be here. We're actually paying to be here.
No, exactly.
It's like when you spend up all the advertisement, the time editing the videos, social media posts, posting on cross-flat platforms, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and then just editing stuff on Canva, disclaimers, building plans, building systems. You know, like my work week is like 60, 70 hours. I'm not getting paid 70 hours of fucking wage. Like, if I was to do a minimum wage job and work 70 hours, I would probably be on the same money I'm on now. So it's not like we're on more money. It's just that we work longer and we do a lot of unpaid work. And that unpaid work means that we can charge more for the hourly rate. But we're just doing so much work in the back end, and that's what people don't see. They see the front end, £45 an hour, but they don't zoom out and see
behind the
all
scenes.
of this, because we're doing this right now. Okay, this is 2 hours of a day that we haven't got paid for. We've got to go home, and this is going to take hours to edit.
Yeah.
You know, and how many times you're going to fuck up editing it, then the researching. I mean, it took us half hour to work out how to use these fucking mics. You know, like, so yeah, it's a lifestyle. Like, if you do coaching and you want to do it forever and you want to make it into a full-time business and career, you have to be passionate about it. You have to love what you do, and it has to be a lifestyle, because you couldn't do all this unpaid work, you know, walking the gym floor with no clients if you didn't love it.
It's definitely a passion thing. It's not, you don't do it to get rich. But yeah, that's probably why so many like PTs fail, and why the turnover rate is so high, is because a lot of people just don't, like, they understand that you don't get paid for certain stuff, but there's almost like a mental block to stop them doing it. They're just like, no, I'm not getting paid for it, I'm not going to do it. And that's where a lot of PTs fail when they start out, because, I mean, the PT job has such a high turnover rate, and I believe that's probably one of the root reasons why. I mean, alongside the reason of when people start PTing, it's not, I don't know if you had this when you first started, it's not what you think it is when you first start. So you start training and you think, yeah, I enjoy training. And then you think, oh, I enjoy training, I must be a great PT.
Yes.
I'm good at training. I've made some really good progress. I must be good at customer service. It's like, okay, like, I can understand where that connection was made, but it isn't there. There isn't that connection. Like, luckily for you and me, we've found that connection by trying it. But a lot of people make the mistake of paying for a PT course, getting in the gym, and then just being met with the fucking discovery that they're essentially doing what is like working behind a till, that social interaction. Yeah. And then having to do stuff that they're unpaid for, having to keep track of things, all from it, like, essentially just a little bit more than minimum wage.
Yeah.
And it's a bit shit. And then they're just like, yeah, no, this isn't for me, and they go work in Tesco.
Yeah, 100%. It's like they say, they go work in Tesco. Imagine if you went to Tesco, you joined up to stack some shelves, and they're like, right, I want you to do the marketing, I want you to do the social media,
yeah,
and I want you to work nights, and I want you to do mornings, and I want you to do customer service, and I want
you'd quit. You'd
be like,
quit.
what the fuck? And I think that's why people come into coaching. They're like, oh, I'm going to be a coach because I got myself in great shape. And they're like, okay, right, so, I have to post, so you have to be a marketer, you have to be a salesman, you have to be a coach, and you have to work hours you don't want to do. Oh, but I don't want to work evenings. Cool, you're going to get no clients then, right? Because most people want to train in the evenings. I mean, I'm in a fortunate position where I don't do many evenings anymore. But for years, I worked up until 9 p.m. because that's the only time my clients could do after work. And a lot of coaches aren't prepared to do this. And that is why most people fail, because they don't want to have the early mornings. They don't want to have the late finishes, and they don't want to do the social media. I don't like social media. Cool. Like, nor do I. But it's tough shit, mate. We live in a world where social media is
some
massive.
Shit's hard. You got to do fucking stuff you don't want to do.
Yeah, people are like, oh, how do you post content every day? It's like, fuck, man.
I do what I don't want to do.
Yeah, like I just do it because my vision and my goal, and I don't want to go back to a normal job, and I want to carry on doing what I'm doing. So if it means I have to spend a few hours a week doing shit I don't want to do to live a life of doing something I do want to do, I'm prepared to make that sacrifice. And a lot of people aren't willing to make that sacrifice, and because you have no boss, no one telling you, hey man, you need to do this by this time, people just procrastinate and go, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, I'll post that tomorrow, I'll do that advert tomorrow, I'll film that tomorrow, I'll contact that person tomorrow. And they push
I hate the tomorrow, like, when people do that.
Fucking bullshit.
I hate it.
It's bullshit. Like, oh yeah,
I'll start tomorrow.
I'll start tomorrow, and I'll see you next week.
I'll start next month.
Oh mate, I don't get paid to the 28th. It's like, okay, cool. So do you need to wait to the 28th before you get out and go for a fucking run? Because that's free, mate. That's free. If you want to go for a run, put on some fucking shoes, go for a walk. Oh yeah, but I just need to wait.
There's always something, isn't there? There's always that next little.
But this, but that. Like, there's two types of people, and I say this to my clients all the time. There are people who will make excuses to do something. Like one of my clients, Paul, he's currently waiting to have one of his kidneys removed, and for the last 6 months, he hasn't been able to train. And he's one client I've actually been saying to, like, hey man, just like calm it down a bit. Like, the doctor's told you not to train. You're waiting for your kidney to be removed. But he's like, nah, fuck that, man.
He's just
like,
there doing crunches.
Literally,
sweating.
Yeah. He's there like in the gym. I'm like, I don't think you should be here. He's like, nah. He's like, fuck what the doctors say. And like,
fuck the NHS.
Yeah, like, yeah. And he's like going for walks, trying to run, and and that is that is a person who wants to train. He's making an excuse to train because there's several people in Paul's situation who'd be like, yeah, no, the doctor said I can't train, said I can't do this. And yeah, but they didn't say you can't go for a walk though, did they? Yeah, but I just want to make sure I'm okay. And then there's those type of people who are like, yeah, no, I'm going to do what I can within my limits. I'm going to push those limits still, regardless of the lack of time, regardless of my health. And they're the type of people who make results. And then you have the other type of people, again, who just make excuses. No, I need to wait till the 28th. It's like, yeah, okay, cool.
No, but you don't, do you?
But you don't.
That's the rule.
Oh, my membership's run out. Okay, cool. So you can't do fucking press-ups? You can't do press-ups at home? You can't go
Do you like that, like, that stunned look on their face? Because you know exactly what I mean when I say that stunned look.
Yeah.
Is when you hit them with something that invalidates their excuse, and they just... It's just that frozen look on their face.
You see them scrambling in their brain. Like, oh,
they've just got to find something.
What else can I do? And it's just like, the more excuses you make, the more you look a bitch. You look a fucking
Is that
bitch.
what you say to them?
You fucking bitch. Fucking weak.
And then you're in a consultation, you're like, get on the ground and fucking do push-ups for me right now.
I don't think I want to sign up with you anymore.
You put your foot on their back and you're like, fucking come on.
What do you mean your leg's broken?
It's not fucking good enough.
Don't need legs to run.
You don't have the best physique, do you?
Yeah, no, but I think like it's just a world we live in. We live in a world full of comfort, and we're so prone to making excuses because it makes us feel better. We actually leave going, oh yeah, I don't need to train today because I'm ill. It's like, yeah, but like you can still focus on your fucking nutrition, because how many times have you heard a client say, yeah, I've just not been feeling good this week, so I haven't tracked my food, and I've still been eating the same food. So, okay, but you've been ill, you're not fucking dying. Why haven't you tracked your food? Why can you not just input something on your app? Because you sent me this message and you've typed in this message to me. Why can't you just track your food? Oh, because I've been ill. Okay. You've watched TV and you've done this and you've done that. So I don't think you're too ill to ever track your food. Like, I'm not saying you have to track your food every single day for your whole entire life, but it's just... yeah, it's just excuses, man. Like, and I think people want something until they realise, hey, like, this is hard. And I find people make excuses and then they change the goalposts of their goals. It's like they realise that, hey, I have to do this forever, every single day. I have to train. I have to, like, incorporate this around my lifestyle. And all of a sudden they realise how hard it is. And they're like, I never wanted to lose fat anyway. I'm happy being the way I am. Or my biggest one is I don't want to get too big. It's like, okay, yeah, just like you can wake up one day and be like, oh shit, I'm too big. Oh fuck, I'm benching too much weight. Shit, like, I need to lose some muscle mass now.
I've never seen that in my life.
But I've never had anyone like come up to me and be like, hey man, I'm too muscular. Can you help me lose some muscle? Like,
they come up to you just muscle man, that help me.
But like you hear it all the time, especially like a lot of women. Like, I don't want to get too muscular. And a lot of guys, but I don't want to be too shredded. It's like, mate, do you understand how much hardship you have to go through to be, one, muscular, too shredded. Like you have to walk around like fucking starving, low energy to be sub 5% body
Most
fat.
people do, yeah. Unless you're genetic, unless you're a genetic god. Most people have to do some proper suffering.
Yeah, then you get like, you know, some random person who's never trained before, but like, I don't want to get too big. I don't want to get too lean. It's like, mate,
and they're just standing
people
in front of you.
Dedicate their lives to this, and like, do you understand how like arrogant that sounds? Like you could just accidentally bench too much, or you can accidentally just be too shredded. And it's like, man, like, you know, like, I'm like, trust me, don't worry, you won't be. Like, you will never be shredded. Like, you will never be that big, you know, because of what you're saying right now. Like, you know, but if you do, don't worry, I can help you lose some muscle. I'm sure you help yourself do that anyway.
Yeah, it's not hard to lose muscle.
No,
but it's like
so easy.
It's like, imagine taking that same thought process to like another job, right? So imagine you're like going to like a Wolf of Wall Street office type of thing, and some guy's coming in and is like, I don't want to make too much money. I don't want to go crazy with it. I don't want to own the company. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, like, you crazy fuck. Like, you're not going to own the company, you mental bastard. Like,
yeah, like you start,
calm down.
Starting as like,
I don't want to be too good. I'm afraid of what I can do. I'm a very motivated individual.
It's literally like what these people are saying. It's like, oh man, like, yeah, if you're worried about accidentally getting too big and too muscular, you're gonna have to accidentally be in the gym 5 days a week, and you're gonna accidentally have to take loads of steroids.
Why am I bench pressing? Oh, I didn't mean to take those fucking steroids.
Oh man, what's this Tren doing in my veins? Oh fuck. Man. It's just
I accidentally double dosed on Tren. Fuck.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm too big now.
Ryan, help me.
But it's literally like
stuck in the doorway.
You sort of like, I'll always be polite to these people, but I'm sort of sat there sometimes like, oh man, like I wish you knew. Like, I've dedicated my whole life to this. Like, and I've had people say, they go, oh, I don't want to look like you. I've had a consultation.
That's pretty insulting.
Yeah, fucking cheers. I had a consultation with like a 60-year-old woman once. She's a lovely woman. She's like, can you promise me that I won't have muscles like yours? And I was like,
fuck.
I said to employers, do you think it's that easy?
No.
Like, no. Like, my coaching's intense. Like,
once you do your first curl, there's no going back.
Yeah, I'll have a guy say to me, like, oh, how long till I get a chest like yours? I said, man, my chest's not even that fucking big, but it's like, I've been doing this for 10 years, like, relatively consistently. And, you know, I look like this. And it's like, you know, or, you know, people are like, but people also have the opposite. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, so you want to get big, you want to, you know, get dialed down, get some abs, arms, big chest. And every guy's like, yeah, I want to look like this. And shows you a picture of Chris Bumstead. So, do you have 20 grand to spend on steroids? Like
20 grand. Do you reckon that's how much it cost for his cycle?
I don't know. I think with someone like Chris Bumstead's probably a little bit safer than like a lot of like people you see in open bodybuilding. I know he's quite a calculated guy. Obviously, I'm not speaking like I know him, but like from watching several podcasts and interviews with him on, I think he's quite calculated. He gets his bloods done regularly, so I can't imagine he's like overly abusing stuff. But I have heard like people like Phil Heath spending like $20,000 a month on steroids, which I think's pretty insane.
How much do you say?
20,000.
What, Phil Heath?
I'm pretty sure if you Google it, yeah.
See, that I find that very funny because his nickname is like the Gift, isn't it? And he's supposed to be the genetic god, and it's like 20,000 fucking dollars isn't genetics, you know, a month. You're supposed to be the genetic god, and you've got 20,000 fucking dollars of steroids flowing through your veins. It's like, mate, that guy was born. He was born for this.
Maybe it's
just he needs his next fucking injection. But he's born for this.
Maybe if he didn't have genetics, he'd have to spend 50. Who knows?
Well, yeah, there is that. But I think it's fucking retarded taking that much.
Yeah,
anyway.
like for his sport. I mean, I've always grew up loving bodybuilding. Like, I used to watch Pump and Iron, or the old generation Irons. I used to love it. But like, if you asked me when I was 15, 16 what I wanted to be a bodybuilder, until I realised the exposure to the amount of drugs you need to take. And obviously I'm very open about my steroid use. I've took steroids in the past. I no longer take steroids.
Not at all.
I take TRT, so 150 milligrams of testosterone. But
it's funny because I know a guy who's taking TRT, and his dose is 250. So it's interesting to see what people deem as TRT.
I think I think 150 milligrams a week is upper end of TRT personally.
Because that's in theory. So I was talking to this. So this guy would be quite interesting to get on the podcast, to be fair, because he's he's got a degree in like bio something. Anyway, he studied the endocrine system, so he's quite clued up on steroids and stuff like that. But he was telling me my kind of, because I'm in relatively decent shape, because I'm peaked in testosterone in theory at the minute, I should be creating like 20 milligrams a day. So over a week, I potentially sit in like close to what you're on. Well, obviously you've got your natural as well, so we're probably not too far apart in terms of testosterone.
So obviously my natural test levels would be suppressed.
So would you not be producing anything? Like
no.
Zilch?
So the reason why I started taking TRT is because in my younger years, so I've never abused steroids. I've always took reasonable amounts, but I've experimented with different steroids, and I've been in like way better shape than I'm in now, purely because of the drugs. I've been way stronger than I am now. I've never had any real bad side effects. I've always sort of researched what I was doing, took PCTs, took the relevant sort of drugs that I need to combat estrogen and stuff. I've always been sensible with it. I've always took moderate dosages, but yeah, a couple of years ago I was like, you know what, I don't want to take any more steroids because I want to focus on longevity. I got way more into my health, fitness, more into running, more into like functional sort of training. So I sort of was like, okay, right, I'm not ever going to take steroids again. And especially having children, I was like, it's just not worth the risk. And I was getting blood tests done. I was like, I don't want to have to keep spending loads of money on blood tests every so often just because I'm paranoid about my health. So I thought it'd be a better option just not to take steroids. And coming off steroids, I noticed my natural testosterone levels were shot to pieces, and not because I abused steroids, but I never abused a steroid course, but I probably did abuse the amount of time I would run them. Like, because I was always on moderate dosages, but I'd run it from, for a very long time. And I think just the build up over years from doing it from a very young age led to my natural test levels being very, very suppressed.
So if you stopped now, what age did you start? And if you stopped now, what would you end up?
So I took my first proper course of steroids probably around the age of 19. So
really?
Very young.
That's younger than me. That's 4 years younger than me.
Yeah. So because I was so obsessed with bodybuilding, and that's what I wanted to do when I was younger, I was like, I want to be a bodybuilder. But I started taking steroids and was like, oh man, this is going to require a lot. I don't know if I want to actually push my body to these lengths, to these unnatural limits. And that is the reason why I was like, you know what, I don't know if I actually want to do bodybuilding because of all this. But I'd cruise along on just doing light courses because I still liked the feeling. I still wanted to look a certain way. And there's obviously periods of times where I wouldn't take them. I mean, I think I had a couple of years in between where I didn't take anything during COVID. But yeah, I stopped 2 years ago. Well, I stopped at the age of about 25, 26, and I was just more focused on health. But then when I did stop, my natural test levels would not kick back in. I was taking HCG. I was taking a full long PCT to try to get my natural test levels to kick back in. Taking Clomid, and it went for about 8 weeks and nothing. And I was feeling awful, down, depressed.
Do you try a multivitamin?
Yeah.
That didn't work.
That worked. I tried some.
That worked.
I tried some natural test boosters from Holland and Barrett.
But you don't want to get too big, so just
slow
down.
I don't want to get too big, so I gave them back. I asked for a refund. I'm too big now, man.
Couldn't even fit through the door.
That's it.
Take them back.
What is this Tren that you're giving me here? But yeah, I then just got my test levels done. They were very low, so I just started taking Test C,
which is you'll have to remind me which ones are the fast, slow, and kind of middle ground release.
So yeah, so you get multiple ones which are, some are faster, some are slow. Test C is sort of in the middle. Test C is more close to your actual natural test levels. So I'm 150 milligrams every 10 days.
Okay, of Test C.
Yeah, Test C.
Fair. So that will kind of be, yeah, that would be fairly consistent.
Yeah. I mean, the best way to take it is to take it every day. Is to microdose it every day.
So a lot of injections though.
That's why I can't do it. I just can't do it. And you're meant to split them up.
Like a pincushion.
Yeah. I can't do it. It's it's too much for me to pin every day. I'm not that like. Just couldn't wake
do you
up
not want
every
it
day.
bad enough?
Yeah, no, I need to.
Fucking pathetic.
What Goggins do.
You need to fucking inject and Tren in your forehead.
Yeah, I need to take more.
Up the dosage.
I need to up the dosage after this conversation.
Go home feeling insecure.
I'm tiny.
I'm going to jump on test when I go home. 5 grams of test.
I'm going to inject it on the way home. I'm not even going to wait till I get home.
I wonder if 5 grams of test would just kill me.
I don't reckon so.
You don't think?
No, we should do it for the next podcast.
Do you think I don't know. Would you just like fucking throw up or something?
Nah.
You wouldn't?
Only if you're weak. It'd make you
Is that a
stronger.
fucking challenge? Don't challenge me.
Nah,
So I will just take loads of Tren.
Bottle of Tren. Bottle of Tren a day.
A day?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. So, you're quite bulked up.
Yeah, I think there I was about 95 kilos.
And what are you now?
About 82.
Fuck, that's not even... It looks like it's more than it is.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. I mean, even there, like, I was pretty, I had no, like, definition, but I was big and strong, and wearing the top, it looked like I was a fairly low body fat percentage, and that's just the beauty of steroids.
Mm.
You know, 95 kilos at 5'8", and looking, relatively good shape, and but yeah, unfortunately not anymore.
No, I think you're in better shape now than you were then.
I feel better. I can do more.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be like good for you, like being that bulked up. I mean, I've been like what 90, 95, probably.
Really?
Definitely not as muscular. Yeah, but I'm like, what are you, 5'8"?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like 5'8" and a bit. 5'9" on a really, really good day.
I'm 6 foot.
I'm 6 foot.
I
With the right shoes, I can be 6 foot.
if I just say I'm 6 foot, that's all that matters.
We're both 6 foot for any record. We're both.
I feel 6 foot. I identify as 6 foot.
My personality is 6 foot.
Yes.
No, that's tragic. That's so tragic. No, so I'm like 5'9", but the most I've been is like, 90, 95. You do feel like kind of slow.
Yeah.
A little bit sluggish. I never felt the real hardships that some people talk about when they're that bulked up, but I suppose those people that I hear it from are like bodybuilders and people on Instagram. But I did feel a little bit sluggish. I didn't feel good. I felt like I looked like fucking shit, and I'm way happier what I am now, which is like 78 kilos. So fucking way happier, way more athletic. Not that I even need to be athletic, but I just feel better. I feel so much more confident in myself. I don't like being that bulked up.
It's very impractical, and I think when you're that big, the only thing that was beneficial was, I'd be a little bit stronger. I'd look a little bit bigger, but I'd have no actual real benefits. Like, you can. I'm not that far. Like, obviously, I'm not as strong, but like, definitely still like way stronger than most people at like 80 kilos. And I don't think you need to be stupidly heavy to be that strong. When people say weight moves weight, to a degree, but like there are also people who are 80 kilos lifting like stupid weight, and some of that's genetic, some of that's steroids, but you don't need weight to move weight necessarily, in comparison with your body weight, you don't. But
no, because it's like it's a curve, isn't it? So like when you get bigger, it might be for a low weight if you don't weigh that much. So if we're just saying just in general being quite light, it'd be quite a high curve, and as your body weight goes up, the weight would go up, but it almost starts to kind of round off a little bit.
Yeah.
And when you get past, I think around, even if you're like, well, if you're really, really big, I think it's a little bit different if you're really, really tall. But it starts to round off and cut off. And when you see these really, really big guys, they're lifting loads and loads of weight, but comparative to their body weight, if you look at the little guy, it looks a lot more impressive when you're lean, smaller, rather than a massive guy lifting like his body weight, essentially.
Yeah, so I don't get, like, if someone's really, really high body fat percentage and it's like, oh, I can lift so and so, and it's like, yeah, no, that's cool, but like, can you do that?
Is it though?
Can you do that when you're low body fat percentage? Because that's even cooler. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I don't think it's very impressive that you go and eat McDonald's and eat what you want, show no form of discipline, but go to the gym 3 days a week and lift heavy. I'm like, that's just like, you've just done one part, but you've skipped the hardest part, which is managing your nutrition.
Yeah.
And to say, oh, I eat this, it's like, yeah, but you just eat shit all day. You eat fucking chocolate muffins and McDonald's to get your calories in, and then lift loads of heavy weight, you know, but look like absolute shit with your top off.
Yeah.
You know? Like there's some guys you see and they're like, oh, I can bench so and so. I'm like, yeah, but mate, like if you took your top off down the beach, like you fucking don't look impressive at all. You don't even look like you fucking train.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not saying you need to look like you train, but it's like, to be 30 to 40% body fat and then brag about what you can lift. I'm like, yeah, but like, I just don't think that's very impressive. Like, try to do that at 15% body fat, because you can't. You're not going to be able to. Try to manage your nutrition, show a little bit of discipline and consistency, and just focus on your health as well as lifting a lot, because that's way more impressive than just looking, being overweight and just lifting loads of weight. It's just, yeah, I think if you're any form of fitness related achievements, should have some form of good nutrition, like, with it.
Yeah. I think the main reason people end up going for that, and then almost like bragging about it, is because people just kind of lean into what they're naturally good at. So if you got these really, really big guys with a high body fat, they'll probably be quite strong anyway. But then they'll just make that their whole personality, and they'll just be like, right, so I'm fairly decent at deadlift, so I'll just keep deadlifting. And oh, look, I can do fucking 300 kilos, but I weigh 200. Yeah. I mean, it's a whatever your reason to get into the gym, I think it's a lot better than doing nothing.
Yeah.
But if we're just talking on the grounds of impressive, I'd prefer to see something that's not that.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's a little bit of a cop out. You know, it's like someone who just lifts loads of heavy weight and is really, really fat. I think that's a failed bodybuilder. That's someone who got into the gym to lose weight, to look good, realised they can't, it's fucking hard, and they're like, oh, I can lift a lot of weight, so let's just lift a lot of weight. I'm a powerlifter. So, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not fucking shitting on powerlifters, because I do think it's a very respectable
we
sport. Yeah, I fucking hate powerlifters. Powerlifters are fucking
We don't
fat.
approve of powerlifters.
Fat.
This is calling out all powerlifters. Me and Ryan will lift double the amount.
Yeah, it's not a real sport, is it?
Pick an amount and we'll do double.
Yeah, eating chocolate cake and lifting a few times a week.
That's so fucking easy, though.
Having 10
easy.
minutes in between reps and spending 4 hours in the gym taking up a squat rack.
Yeah, this is my squat rack. Fuck you.
And hitting yourself around the head before you lift the barbell.
Oh, fucking caveman mentality.
Oh yeah, it's fucking pussies. But no, I don't mind powerlifters.
They're quite funny people, though, aren't they? They're all quite similar, like, personalities, aren't they?
Yeah, very autistic.
Yeah, they are.
They're
they
very
are genuinely.
autistic.
Yeah.
Powerlifters are very autistic. They're very socially awkward.
Yeah.
And they're always into weird anime shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with
hit it on the
powerlifters,
head,
man. They're fucking weirdos. But
I think that's like
nothing against them.
I think that's like what we try and hide as like part of the gym community. We try and hide them behind, We try and hide them away because they're really like mentally fucked. You know, people are really lifting for their mental health, and they've just got some fucking demons, man. Like you can tell there's just this like little like teenage guy like squatting an insane amount, and he talks to no one. He's sitting in the corner eating fucking Haribos.
As a powerlifter, yeah.
And he's just got his headphones on, just listening to heavy metal. And you're like, fuck, that kid must like he's been turned down or something. He's you know.
Powerlifters are. Yeah, I don't know if
they're a rare breed.
I don't know if I have many friends who are powerlifters actually.
Maybe you should get some.
I don't think they need friends.
I don't think they do friends.
It's
I think
community. If you don't have an SBD,
they fucking scoff at you.
They spit over you. They're like,
what the fuck is that?
Yeah, why aren't you wearing a fucking leotard?
Where's your SBD? Oh yeah, the little leotards are funny. To be fair,
yeah.
Definitely a fashion statement.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one.
What, just to do jiu-jitsu in?
Turn
up to jiu-jitsu in like an SBD.
I'm a powerlifter. You know. I think a lot of people who do jiu-jitsu are also autistic.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Autistic or gay. That's normally like if you're autistic or gay or both, make a good grappler.
Is this why you started jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, I'm just a bit of both.
Autistic and gay.
Autistic and gay. Yeah, I like rolling around with sweaty men. I like solving puzzles.
No, I don't think it's probably that bad.
It's a little bit gay though, like when you got someone's fucking balls in your face and you're sort of sweating, someone's sweaty balls in your face. You're sort of thinking, I'm paying to be here. Like this is rather claustrophobic.
Yeah, but it's all to improve, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, no, I mean jiu-jitsu is great. I think I do think it's important as a male to have some form. Not to be like a fucking black belt
of competition.
To have something that pushes yourself with other people, some form of competition, something that's competitive, and some form of self-defense is always handy. Just doing jiu-jitsu, just under a year, I think I've been doing it. And when you see you get guys come in the gym all the time who are in really good shape, who are muscular, and probably thought how I used to think, oh, I'm quite big, I'm quite in good shape, I'm strong. I'll be able to take this guy out, and then you just get fucked up. And you get ankle locked by a 15-year-old kid. You're like, shit, and it's so humbling. It's so humbling. And but yeah, even when other guys come into the gym now, and you just ragdoll them around, and I'm not that good by any means, but it's like, oh man, this is so powerful. Like this is so powerful. You realize how little you know, and just how vulnerable you are. And I look at like. Just people who walk around in society now, I'm like, you know, these people who are kicking off and I see red, and, you know, those fucking idiots who are just purely emotion driven. You know, oh man, like if you used to like ever come to a jiu-jitsu gym or ever cause issues outside, and we used to have a confrontation, like it wouldn't end very well. I'm not saying I'm the fucking hardest person in the world, but it's like if you don't know how to get out of a fucking armbar or a rear naked choke, your arm's going to break or you're going to go to sleep. If you don't know how to get out of an ankle lock, it's pretty easy to get someone in one of these positions if they don't know how to defend it. And it's like, if you do not know how to defend it, you just don't know what you don't know, and your arm will get broken or you will get choked out within minutes. And that's quite a powerful thing, which I like. And
you like snapping people's arms?
Yeah, I try on my missus when I get home. Well, has the tea been done?
Try it on the dog.
Yeah, well, you come here. I've got something else to show you.
What do you think of this one?
She's like, oh,
not again. Fuck.
Yeah.
You get to practice your moves and, you know, keep everything in check.
Can I borrow your leg? Yeah,
it's good practice. It's good practice. Yeah.
No, my missus hates it. When she's doing the washing up, I'll go rear naked choke, back take.
Poor woman's just covered in fucking bruises.
Not again. I'm like, tap.
Like fucking Batman, you just come out the shadows. It's all part of playful fun, though.
Yeah, yeah.